What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike, full-time media seller. It's Monday. We are at the storage unit. I got a very important video today, right? So you've probably seen the thumbnail and you're like, what is he talking about? Well, today's video is kind of going to be, you know, I know a lot of us resellers out there are kind of just a one-person operation, right? So a lot of us really don't have anybody else to be like, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, you know, you're making steps in the right direction. So I'm here to tell you today, right here, right now, you watching this, you're doing a good job, right? Look at where you come from the beginning of the year. Look at, you know, maybe you didn't have this business prior to maybe a month, a week, a day ago. Look how far you already come, right? You're already taking the steps to kind of grow your business. And I see it everywhere, right? I see it in the YouTube comments. I'm subscribed to a ton of you resellers out there that watch the channel. I see the progress we're all making out there, and I really think to myself, like, you know, there's probably not somebody over there saying, hey, you're doing a good job, right? Hey, you're making progress. Hey, you know, like, you're doing things the right way. It's okay to make mistakes. And that's kind of why I want to put this video out there, because you really don't hear it a lot, right? Especially if you're just by yourself and YouTube's kind of your outlet. You know, there's really nobody patting you on the back, right? Sure, I have Deb. She's like, good job, right? Or she's like, yeah, you're stupid, right? But a lot of you out there don't have that. So I think this is a really important topic to cover, because you kind of can get yourself down in a rut if you always feel like you're grinding. And that's like what reselling like has almost become. And I try to do the opposite. I'm straight up with you guys. Listen, I enjoy reselling, but I don't want to eat, sleep, breathe every hour, every day, going to a thrift store, going to a flea market, going to a library sale, estate sale, doing bulk pickups. It's just like, that's no life for anybody to lead. You can make plenty of money in this business and get a lot of your time back. So don't think you have to, you know, a lot of it is, oh, you know, you got to list 50 items a day on eBay, and you got to, like, that's how the soul gets sucked out of you. And I was thinking to myself, like, if I had to list 50 items a day on, like, eBay, like, I would probably rather go just get a job somewhere instead of, you know, sitting there and for 6 hours trying to list all these different items and things like that. So if you're out there right now, right here, right then, you know, I see it in the groups too, right? You know, if you don't know, we got a Discord and weekly Zoom calls, and it's kind of cool to see people progress in their business as they go along, right? And it's funny. Some people go like quiet for like a few weeks, and I always think to myself, like, they're probably out there just so focused right now, and they're just like crushing it behind the scenes. And I kind of like to think of myself like that, you know, like the quiet one is the one you got to watch out for, because they're probably, their wheels are spinning, right? You know, they're kind of just laying in the background, you know, like they're not on every Zoom call, they're not responding to every Discord message, and they're just out there hustling. So like, I just wanted to make this video to say, hey, you're fine. You're doing a good job so far this year. Q4 is right around the corner. You could argue this is probably the worst time to be a reseller ever, right? So think about it. You're doing something right now, and even if it's not the absolute worst time to be a reseller, it's got to be somewhere down in the dumps close to it, and you're getting through it right now, right? So it's like, you're riding the roller coaster up here, right? If we're at the very bottom, there's only one way to go. And not a lot of people think about it like that, right? You just think, well, things are slow right now, things are tough, and things are grindy, and I'm doing all this stuff, and maybe you're not getting the results that you really want to get. We're in a tough situation now with the way the economy is and things like that. The platforms really aren't helping the sellers in different aspects with rising fees and algorithms and item visibility and all that nonsense. But I do think there is something to be said for just where you're at today, right? Whether you listed your first item or whether you listed your 1,000th item, your 10,000th item, you already took the action to kind of start to build this business. And maybe you're at a point where you don't want to build it no more, right? You know, I say it all the time. I don't want to be a billionaire media seller, right? I don't want a warehouse. I don't want forklifts. I don't want employees. I don't want none of that. So you almost find an equilibrium within your business, and that's perfectly fine. But if you don't have somebody telling you, like, hey, it's fine, what you're doing is good, right? That works for you. Hey, that works for you. You do you, right? And that's kind of like, it's so underrated to kind of always be, everybody always wants to be like 7, 8, 10, 12, especially in the Amazon world. Like, I know it's a lot different on eBay. Like, with Amazon, everybody pushes their sales number. With eBay, everybody pushes their listing number. You don't have to be that type of person. And there's plenty of business models out there where you don't have to do the grinding. You don't have to, you know, be so caught up with what's going on. All it worries, you know, what I worry about is what makes you happy. Where do you want to be? What do you want to get out of this business? Do you want your time back? Do you want to make a little bit extra money? You're taking those steps right now. And hey, it might be plateaued out, you know, maybe you're on a little bit of downswing, but you're already at where you wanted to be, or you were close, right? Or you've seen the progress, so you know what you got to do to get the business there. And for me, where I'm at now, I thrift 2 days a week. That's it. Crazy, right? You know, 2 days a week is going to get you, you know, $2,000 a week in Amazon sales. I don't want to be out every day. I really don't. I enjoy, you know, other things I have going on behind the scenes. Q4 is coming up, so basically my thrifting will probably go down to 1 day a week because Debs business takes off, right? Everybody's buying every cat and dog toy under the sun. So I kind of got to pivot my business there. And honestly, I don't want to live. Listen, I know I got like the matching shirt for the poster back here, but like, this is cool. Like, storage unit's cool, right? Oh, check me out. I got a storage unit. But I don't want to live here. Like, even if Deb throws me out, I don't want to live in the storage unit. I don't want to have endless piles of crap that I have to look up. Like, that's the big benefit to like cherry picking, is you can only take the good stuff, right? You're only taking the good stuff. You're not taking all the junk and all the extra work where you're not getting no return on your time or your money. But it is important to kind of step back, listen to me when I say you're doing a good job. Even right now, maybe, you know, maybe you're really not doing a good job. I'm here to tell you, you know what a good job looks like. Everybody here that watches this channel understands what it takes to be successful in a part-time or full-time matter, whether that's Amazon or eBay. You have the resources, they're out there, right? Everywhere you look, there's a million channels, there's a million courses. I mean, look at my group, $2.99. Like, it's like, I get it all the time. Mike, why don't you raise the cost from $2.99 for the stupid channel membership? Well, I want it to be accessible for everybody. I know I have 6 coaching calls and it's definitely worth it, but I have to have some kind of barrier set in there. And for me, where I'm at right now, just kind of give you guys an insight of, I think of myself right now, I'm doing a decent job. There's always room for improvement, and I probably am a little bit too harsh on myself. And thankfully I have Deb that tells me, listen, shut up, Mike. Like, if you're in that situation and you just feel like you always got to do more, I'm here to tell you that's not the case, and let me be your Deb and tell you to stop it, right? Wherever you're at in your business or in life, you don't always have to be striving for that next crazy goal. If you find, you know, that balance where you're happy and you got your time and you're making money, that's perfectly fine. And who cares what I'm doing? Who cares what anybody else is doing? And you get, it's just a toxic mentality I see sometimes. It's like, you always got to be listing, you always got to be sourcing, you always got to be hustling, bustling, doing everything. Like, that's not the case. You can grow this business in a way where, you know, hey, that's fine. You want to be out there 7 days a week? I ain't got nothing against it. It's not the life for me, and if it works for you, so be it. But like, there's different ways to build these businesses. So I kind of just wanted to make this video today to tell you, listen, you're doing a good job. You watching, you're building your business. You already took the action to start. Even, you know, maybe you never even sent in your first box yet to Amazon. You're already gaining the knowledge, right? It doesn't always have to be like physical work either, right? I don't want you to just sit here and watch videos all day. But if you're learning things about the platform you're selling on, you're gaining knowledge for the business you're going to build, that's just as pivotal. And you probably could argue that it's more important than actually taking the action, because if you don't know what you're doing when you go out and scan a box of books, right? Or you scan books and you bring them home and you don't know what the next step is, it's like, well, why didn't you kind of learn the process in full before you decided to jump in, right? They always say take action is the most important thing, but you still need some kind of direction, right? I can't just walk up to anybody on the street and say, hey, go start a book business today. Here's your phone and your scanner, right? It don't work like that. So even if it is not a physical action or something you see you know, a monetary result on. It could be, you know, maybe some kind of habit you have you're trying to kick. Maybe, you know, you want to do, you know, some exercise in your daily routine, something like that. That is all progress. And sure, it might not seem like it's affecting your business, but it's affecting you, right? And at the end of the day, in reselling, you are your business. You go away, there ain't no more used book guy, right? You know, I go away, there's no more Amazon business in my name. None of that stuff exists. So just kind of sit back and cherish and reflect on where you're at so far this year. Everybody out there, you know, I see you all out there hustling, progress. You know, I see YouTube, Discord, Face, everywhere I'm at. I'm basically on all the social media platforms, and you know, I see everybody just making progress in their business, and a lot of you don't have nobody to tell you that you're doing a good job. So you're doing a good job. It's gonna do it for the video today. I appreciate you all hanging out with me on this beautiful day. Finally, the humidity's calmed down, but it's gonna get hot again. So what are you gonna do, right? It's part of life. So make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used book videos. Bye bye.